What we don't know is whether she did not or not. I'm sure she did.
Let's just say
In her own way,
Right.
in her own faith. I'm sure there's a meditation that she does. We can't belittle anybody's meditation because only God can determine one's true self. But as an individual, she was a great person, a very, very, just like Bhai Joginder Singh in Pingalwada, who was a great saint. People who look after the needy, they sacrifice their lives. I'm sure we are nothing compared to them, whether they're Christians or Sikhs or Muslims or anybody who has taken that burden on themselves, look after the needy, then they are listening to Guru Nanak's message. Because the Guru says that, Nicha andar neech jaat, Nichi hu at neech, Nanak tin ke sangasad, but yes, Guru says, I am with the lowest of the lowest of the low. Because that's where God resides. And you say, oh, surely not. They're to be pitied upon. I said, no, that's where God. Because once you have sympathy with them and look after them, then God looks after you. Because they're God's children. So yeah, definitely whether they're Christians or not, doesn't matter. They do good actions and good deeds, then God decides what they get and what they don't get. We don't decide.
Just want to say on the Nam Japana bit that it's from our gurus, it's the hokum from our gurus. The Nam Japana is important and Yamrat Veda is important as well because I think we can, there's a Sakti that I heard that when there was Chamakor, Ladai lagi thi, there was like 500 Sikhs and there's millions of soldiers. But Guru Gobind Singh Ji still did the Nam Japana at that time, and they were like half the Sikhs came with Guru Gobind Singh Ji and half of them stayed outside on the para, and by the time Guruji finished, all the half the Sikhs were basically finished. And then one of the Guru Sikhs said, well, Nam Japana wasn't important today because we lost 250 Sikhs. But the Guruji said, Nam Japana is important. It doesn't matter if I even lost myself today. So from that, listening to that, I just said it very basically. I'm just being cautious of the time.
I think going back to your question, Mother Teresa obviously was a saint with her actions like others are. As well as Nam Japana is concerned, it's one of those energies that we really haven't fully understood and probably never will, because it's one of the hidden energies that science can't explore. Now we are basically science oriented today because we're so educated and all that. We want to follow things like science. This is the hidden spiritual world that science can't see. So they're lost. And so we're lost as well because our minds so are in that way. Now, Nam Japana, as I said, is not something mechanical. Though it's a mechanical act. Initially, it's a repetition with your tongue, but eventually with Guru's grace, it becomes a repetition of your body. All your hairs in your body can become Simran. So, until we actually realize the power of Nam, we're still going to have this question. How are we? And I think if you study Gurbani, you'll realize that how many good actions you've got, though they are in the good bank, on their own they can't give salvation. Only Nam can. Japo ta eko nama, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Suhirag. Japo ta eko nama, avar narafal kama. Avar narafal kama. Japota Eko Nama. What Guruji is saying is, while you're doing good actions and good deeds, what usually happens is that because you're putting a lot of effort into them good deeds, in Vaheguru's creation, there's the panchol. And you can't abandon them. You can't say they're not there because you can't see them. They're always there. Right? They're inside us. They're always there. The panchor will lutna you. They will steal your good actions. And what happens is, the good actions become ego. Without even you knowing it. You won't even, you said, I've got a lot of nimirta, I don't show my ego. But what you don't know is, they're hidden. They're hidden. It's called sukum home. You don't realize it. Only a saintly person realizes, this person is suffering from that woe. You never see it, right? Until you become enlightened a bit and you say, that was a bad action on my part. I felt as though I should have got some praise for that. Every time you want praise for something and you didn't get it right, and you feel a bit let down, that's your hidden ego. And very few will feel that because they get so much praise anyway, right? They go, "Bale bale, ki mari gal hui," right? But only a very few succeed, and only Naam and Bani Abhyas can actually suppress that hidden ego with the Guru's true blessing. It's a topic on its own. It's not really for this class anyways. To me it's a very advanced topic, right? And you can only get to that sort of topic if you really want to sit here and we're going to do this our part, and our part is meaning. I say, look, Gusa ki keh raha hai, Gusa ki keh raha hai. Then you've got to be on the same level as well when we're talking. Saying, yo, I understand that bit, I understand bit. So I'm just sort of really touching very lightly on it, that there is a massive amount that you won't even see yet until you actually start on this path. And it'll probably take you 20, 30 years before you even realize, my God, I've just wasted my time. I mean, I normally say something that is very, very discouraging and very, very disheartening. And people say, why do you say it? I say it because I see it. And what I say is, we're all flogging a dead horse. And they say, well, you shouldn't say that. That's not encouraging. I says, it might not be encouraging to the masses, but one or two will realize what I'm saying. And I'm saying the mind is not affected by our outer actions. Our outer actions will not affect the mind. Only our inner battle will affect the mind. And inner battle is every time it wants something that the Gurus want us to have, we fight it. But what we do is, we give it. We feed it. The more you feed fire, the more it gets. Trishna can't be finished. And so this thing carries on and on until the Guru enlightens you, right? Saying, oh no, how is he enlightening you? When you read his Shabad, when you read it with love and devotion, right? It then suddenly goes in you and says, hey, what have I been doing? And then you realize that actually the path wasn't that at all. It was path. You were supposed to use all them tools that were given to you, the earth and everything, to develop it at a higher plane. You took it, you kept there, you didn't move. The simple answer to that is, we are prisoners of our own ego, of our own thinking, of our own backgrounds. We can't break that away. I have been fighting this for the last 40 odd years with my parents. And I was told off the other day, here, what are you playing at? Jat. I said, but Guru said, there's no jat. Guru said, Guru said, yeah, jat is a jat. He's a farmer. I'm a farmer. I'm a teacher now. Or I was accountant. Or I was engineer. I've never been a jat. He said, no, you are a jat. I'm not a jat though. I don't believe in that. So my conclusion is, don't worry about it. You're not going to change your parents. I'm not going to change them. Right? He said, my parents, my dad, he's 84, 85 I think he is. And I said, I'll do what I do. You stay alive. I don't want you die over this one issue. I've got big issues and not worry about that. But what I'm saying is, don't try and change the world. You change your thoughts. If you change yourself, that's enough. Because once you lot change, right, then that thought will pass on to your children. And before you know it, the next generation say, go on. But while you retain it, Jat will stay. And while the Gurdwaras stay on their Jat names, Jat will stay. Sorry to say, I'm not criticizing anybody, but while you put labels on the Gurdwaras on Jat basis,
that's the next question. Why do people split Gurdwara and caste?
In my own experience, I don't criticize anybody because I know the backgrounds to these situations. Unless especially I know the full background to why the Ramani Gurdwara was formed. It was for the Jats. They call them Guli Dande, Roda, Guli Yar. They have nicknames for each other. They have nicknames, they have nicknames. We have just one wonderful Gurdwara. Both the Khans and the Jats came there. Lovely.